Tries to get him a championship leader on pole. Two Stoffels right behind him. So we get underway then. Wait and see who leads. So they come through here. And it is going to be Petazio who takes the lead away from the Moore. Hamilton tries to get ahead of the Moore as well. But it is Ezio who's absolutely floored it off the line. Here. Ezio leads the Moore. Perez. And as they come through there, a bit of sliding. Avenue's third, Perez fourth, and we got Licksteiner, we got a load of people. Nearly, we got a car going wide. There's Mendes at the back still. As Ezio leads. Sorry, Miller, Avenue, and Perez. Then Licksteiner and Luna, and as we see Cordova trying to get ahead of Nicolai, that won't work out. DA gets out of shape. Torres is in 12th, and that's a moment, and that's a big incident. You was getting wobbly, and DA nearly goes into the wall. They're all kicking off. Bouchet's out of the points. What on earth is going on? But back to the front, and it is Ezio who leads. We've got yellow flags because of the camera car. Just now got off to the pits. That's another second. That Manuel Perez looks up Luna, Nicolai. Cordova, then comes Torres and you, followed by Leicester and D8, Lim, Dion. So you can look to the back and see Nakajima running in last position. Let's see, it's behind he's trying to get ahead of Nomura. Further back, Munat's gone down the inside on Licksteiner when he's got through. Nicolai has also got through, as Licksteiner's gone very slowly through there. They were 8th, Torres 9th, and you. The upside down to getting a little bit loose off the exit there. Mendes has cleared off ahead of the WTCL drivers and has now got himself. Well, he's trying to go down the outside on Knight here, but he's actually ended up dropping behind Goldship. Well, Ezio leads Nomura by over 2 seconds here. Now he is dominating this race as the other one, Ventura. So he goes up onto the curve there as we see Boucher and Dion trying to make their way past Hackinson. There's been an incident at the back of the field, but there hasn't. Just a load of cars stacking up on each other. As you see the two Platinums fighting up in 6th and 7th. They've switched orders since the start because Nicolai started behind, but we saw why Lexera dropped behind. And so the relegation fight, well, Hugh is in 10th, and both upside downs are nowhere. The only hope really could be O'Connor, who's 18th. On lap 3 of 24 here on the streets. San Francisco. We look further back, see some potential manoeuvres. Ezio leads the gap down to 1.6 seconds. This to all fight shaping up for 6th position. So see Licksteiner on the back of his teammate Stefania Nicolai. The 6th position, they're being tracked all the way through by Cordova and then Torres and then you. So that's going to be a very interesting fight. So here we go. Licksteiner to the inside. Can't get the exit. And now Torres is shaping up for the move from Cordova. For 8th position. Good race to Torres, who started 13th. As he's trying to get ahead of Cordova. Cordova sticks it back to the outside. Now Torres gets the inside line. And as they go through there, Torres slightly ahead. He is going to have to go side by side into the final corner. I'm not sure if either of them wants to do that with you just behind them as well. But through there we go. Torres gets out of shape. Still sends one right down the inside. And he gets all out of swirly there. And drops behind you in the end. And is now 10th. So that is not ideal for Torres. Meanwhile, Ezio now leads by 3 seconds as Nomura has come under pressure from Babinu and Perez. Knight has dropped 6 seconds behind everyone, so she's in a moment somewhere. I think we're about to figure out why Hayley Knight has dropped 6 seconds behind everyone, and this is exactly why Hayley Knight is 6 seconds behind everyone. And she was running in 23rd, and then as she... Whoa! And then she gets out of shit. So Betsky had gone wide, and then she lost the back end and hit Betsky. And that means she's now last, so a bit of a rivalry there in the fight for 11th for the championship. Between Shogun and Langer. Was it the 10th? No, it's the 10th. But there we go. Bamenu pressurising the Moore for second. With Boucher out of the points, Esther need to capitalise on the Moore, because otherwise, as I'll say it now, to be fair, Moonat's down in 5th, and Mendes has obviously started last and he's on the recovery drive. So it's going to be the end of the world for Esther as now gets away from Bamenu and after the pressure on the back of him. As we see Lickstad trying to get ahead of Nikolaev. This is the 6th position. Not going to happen there. As you see DA trying a similar thing on Leicester, and it's not going to work out. Losses out of the way is held by Ezio, unsurprising one. Ezio leads. Nomura, Bamenu gets a decent one, but nothing special. I'm going to witness the 2 platinums fight. It's the 6th position. Stefani Nikolaev ahead of Roman Licksteiner. Licksteiner 3rd in the championship coming into this weekend. Was it 4th? Actually, I think he's 4th. So we'll wait and see. With Licksteiner. Into the left hand. Oh. There we go. What's going to happen there for Licksteiner? Further back we can see some action. Dio maybe trying to set one up to the outside of Leicester, but not going to happen there. Mendes on the recovery drive is up to 24th position. Lingus has dropped all the way down to 90th. He's 3rd in the championship coming into this weekend. And with Muna and Nomura picking up big points at the moment, he can't really afford to drop out here. As Mendes makes another place in the recovery drive, and he's got past Buena Firmino at 23rd, but Buena Firmino's going to try and fight that. Tries to go right around the outside, and I think Firmino's actually going to get the place here on Mendes. Never mind, Mendes gets the much better exit as Perez has dropped, and there is yellow flags, and that is a big incident, and I think Nomura is out. Nomura is out of the race. That is a huge bit of damage for Nomura. And Nomura is out of the race. So what has happened to the championship leader as he comes off the corner? Oh, and that is massive. That is a huge accident. I'm not sure what happened there. The good news for him, he's only going about 80 miles an hour. He just clipped the wall. I think he'll be fine, but then they all came in with bumps, and that's going to hold up everyone. Clearly. And it's not what you want to see. It's Yu's forced to come into the pits. He's got a lot of damage, and that's not good news for Tibergian. But it's also not good news for Nomura. In fact, it's especially not good news for Esther now. Because what that means is Munak's now running 3rd. So Esther might have found a new and creative way of bottling the title. It's nearly killing the driver as Lexo tries to get past Nikolaev. What this also means is O'Connor is now running 15th. So there could be a chance at points as Lickstad gets ahead of Nikolaev, and then Cordova gets ahead of Nikolaev. Could be a chance of points for Upside Down. Because let's look what's ahead of him. It's a fight for 12 between DA, DL, and Lingus. I mean, it also comes up into the pits. Oh, and both Esters might be out. Because, yes, it's a double DNF for Esther. Boucher kills a car going into the back of Nomura. So it's a double DNF for Esther here. As Cordova sends one on Licksteiner. And the whole race has just changed. Because what was looking like a comfortable race for Esther, all of a sudden, both drivers are out of the race. And Munat might be able to close up to Nomura in the title fight. He's only 35 points behind Nomura. As we see Nikolaev trying to get ahead of Cordova here. He's only 35 points behind. He'll get a nice haul of points here. So I'm not going to say any numbers because it's subject to change. Perez has got a lot of rear bumper damage and she's running 8th. So after starting 3rd, her race has fallen apart. Lim's in 9th. Of course, he's got the reverse race to look forward to tomorrow. Hackerton's 10th, Torres 11th. And DA Lingus, Dion O'Connor, and then Singh. And then Betsky, Wordle, Mendes. And then Kval, Ryan, Nakajima, Goldschmidt, Knight, Hugh, Firmino. And of course, both Esters are out of the race. As Cordova gets right up to the back of Licksteiner for 4th position. Cordova's looking pretty weighty. He started this way 8th. But he seems to have some really strong pace in that Nürburgring at the moment, which we have seen this season. When it wants to actually be a good car, it can be very fucking fast. So External better keep his rear mirrors on standby as Cordova goes down the inside here, and he is up to 4th. And Cordova's absolutely flying. The bad news is the next man up the road is S.A. Muna, who is 6 seconds up the road, so he's got a bit of work to do if he wants to get any higher than 4th. But there we go, as Torres is now attacking Hackerton for 10th. 2 veterans of the game. They've been here for a very long time. Torres in his 30s and Hackerton in his 40s, I do believe. And obviously both of these gentlemen have had excellent careers in WTCL. It might be the last year for Hackerton. Both of these guys will be giving each other, I would assume, quite a good deal of respect here. As Torres goes down the inside, it's not really a track you see overtakes at. That's kind of why Torres was unable to get the job done there. But Shoki the Kaiser fighter. But there's the leads. Bambu second, Moon up third. But over the son of Nikolaev, that fight for 4th is what we're going to focus on. But over the head, hasn't exactly shrugged off the interest of the Platinum though, and I don't think Platinum would particularly mind a 5th and 6th, looking at how this race has gone so far. So, championship points are championship points, and they could really consolidate a potential attack for 2nd in the championship. That's the 7th, Perez 8th, Lim 9th. Torres hasn't really closed up to Hackman after the earlier fights, as O'Connor is defending from Singh. That drops him out the fight for 12th, really. Serino's been lapped after pitting. Hughes also about a minute behind. Avenue has the fastest lap of the race. Cordova's now shrugged off the 2 Platinums. Actually, he's closed up to Muna at a rapid rate. The gap was 6 seconds when he just overtook the Platinums. It's now 4.4. So Cordova is absolutely flying at the moment. Both Platinums are fighting for 5th position even. Then we look back to see Torres fighting with Atkinson. Cordova has just posted the fastest lap of the race as well. So keep an eye out for Louis Cordova. He is absolutely flying out there at the moment. He's flying like a Tokyo bullet train. That's a reference that like the 2 train nerds in this entire server will get. I was thinking if Moonat might have caught up to Bambu, but that's just him fighting with the lapped car Fabino. Nicolai and started to continue their little scrap for 5th position. Kind of reminds me of the Alpine scrap we had at the Hungarian Grand Prix of the F1 recently. As Nicolai tries to go right around the outside of Nick Steiner. Unable to get it done there, but both of these guys, well, Gale in Nicolai's case, or whatever the fuck you want to call it in 2022, I don't know, fucking transgender lesbian robot. Either way, Nicolai dropped right off the back. There's Leicester, there's Perez, there's Lim, Hackinson, Torres, DA, Lindquist, and Dion. Really is the big fight right now. Cordova hasn't really kicked on from his blistering pace. In fact, he's now dropped now over 5 seconds behind Muna. So Muna responding to whatever pace he had. So Lindquist has a little look at NDA, but it's not going to happen there. We now see Roder trying to get past Crow. It's not even Crow's race. I think she might have got caught up in the melee when the Mura retired. Oh, and Crow 2-wheel drives it. Wow. Gabriel Tarquini will be proud of that one. That's a reference that Filtian will get. Look at this from Danka Crow. She's on the right on the outside. She even loses it then. She just took too much to the curb. Goes 2-wheel drive. Steers it. Looked like she was about to flip for a second. And then somehow has kept that going. That's excellent driving for Danka Crow there. That 2-wheel drive was basically at a 180-degree angle. And still didn't flip the car. It's incredible racing from her. Further back, let's have a look at the fight for 12th. Between Lindquist and Ndiaye. 2 drivers who have been at their current teams for a very long time. Lindquist technically since season 1. When obviously Ryan Malley were Leicester Motorsport. And obviously Ndiaye I think has also been since I think season 1. And they were known as KISS. So both of these guys know the job at their teams. Been there for many years. And they're fighting out for 12th with Matt Dion. Behind him in 14th position, the Canadian female who left WTCL last year, went over to the single seaters, and got a big payback from Nürburgring, and obviously wasn't going to say no to a fuck ton of cash. Canadian motorsport drivers do love money, so there we go. As Lindquist closes up to the back of Demi Dyke, will it be good enough to get him up to 12th position? Not on this occasion. Dion dropped about half a second away behind them, but she's still very much in this fight, possibly just biding her time behind, seeing if either of them make a mistake, and then potentially sending one right down the inside on lap 11. Here, well, technically lap 10 for these guys, it says here it's just miles clear. Cordova's actually closed up to Munat, so I said closed up. The gap's under 4 seconds, but still. As O'Connor has had something happen. Oh! Oh, and O'Connor's out! No! Oh, and Wodle's had a moment. No. And O'Connor has now decided to keep going, and that has caused chaos towards the back of the field. The only driver about the hampered is Nakajima. So what has happened to Edgar O'Connor? Oh, he's had a similar moment to the Moa. Big shunt. And Betsky tapped the back of him, and somehow he's kept that going. On one wheel. But Edgar O'Connor out of the race, and with Connor Ryan in 18th, maybe there's still hope for upside down points. But it's now less likely. Isn't it? Munat's. I actually think why Munat's also being closed up by Cordova is because the last car for Munat wanting up slightly. As Torres is trying to find his way past Atkinson. Further down the field, the Rodal's coming into the pit with what looks like front bumper damage. And Betsky is already pitted. So, nightmare scenario for Shogun Yakai this race, and I don't think points are going to happen for them. Again, really, as Torres got a little bit out of shape as he's trying to get past Atkinson for 10th position. 2 Fords going wheel to wheel on the streets of San Francisco, but Torres can't find his way through. We have yellow flags. Oh, and O'Connor still hasn't retired. And that's held up a load of people. Not sure why they haven't been able to officially say he's retired. That's going to hold up everyone. Really. Leicester has beached himself on it. Yeah. Everyone else should be able to just get through fine now. Has Leicester pushed him off the racing line? No, because Goldschmidt's having it. No. Should be getting pulled off the track soon, but as he leads, 4 seconds to gap to Bamidou. Munat third, Leclerc 4, Blacks up at 6, Cordova unlucky in the incident. Oh, he's still there. There we go, now he's been recovered, so there won't be any further issues with that, but that does mean Ezio's now been closed up on to 2.5 seconds by Bamidou. Munat third, still held up behind Firmino, but he hasn't really got any danger, so he doesn't have to really worry as much anymore. That incident has put Singh 16th and Ryan 17th. Nakajima's ended up behind you, who has pitted as well on lap 13 here. This is not fight for 5th position as Perez is trying to get ahead of Raymond Linksteiner for 5th position with Cordova back in 7th. Perez goes off the track, now it drops behind Cordova gets out of shape, Perez goes back down the inside. And in the end, Perez can't get it done. She actually ends up dropping a place behind Cordova. She gets a decent exit off of there, though could be enough as Ezio's actually lost more time to Bamidou, but we'll wait and see what happened there as Perez goes down the inside. Cordova goes around the outside, they're still going side by side. Coming towards the corner of death, and they're both going to make it safely through, but they're still going wheel to wheel. Here, Perez down the inside of Cordova for 6th position. Neither driver getting an inch really. Who's going to get through? You don't see many overtakes into the final corner. Cordova stays ahead. Yeah, Ezio's lost time to Bamidou. Moving up third, Nate comes Nicolai, Alexander, Cordova, Perez, Atkinson, Torres, Lindquist, Dion. And then Lim, Crow, DA, and then Crow, and then Mendes on his recovery drive is up to 15th. And I'm interested to see how the pit stops are going to shake up this race because you get the feeling with the amount of incidents we've seen there is going to be quite a lot as Perez and Cordova continue their fight for 6th position. look and see Cloud fighting NDA for 13th. And she goes to the move down the inside. Gonna get forced to the outside, but she's kept the traction. Now goes down the inside. Going for Cloud. Can't get the exit. And Demian Dye stays ahead for the time being. And this is driving Ildefonso Mendes into this little fight. As I think further back, Leicester and Knight are fighting for 18th position. But Leicester staying ahead in that fight. Let's see if Cloud can find a way past Deer, about 50 to 24. Let's see then. Cloud still just behind. And also coming under a bit of pressure from Torres. Actually, we'll focus on that fight because there's more at stake here. Torres trying to get past Atkinson, but it's not going to happen. But yellow flags, and that is an incident for the lapped car of Firmino. I think it was. Yep. Wow, big crash. Has he got all 4 tyres still? He's still got all 4 tyres on. But he's going to have to pit again here. Now he might end up holding up Licksteiner, Cordova, and Perez. Actually, Cordova's trying to get past Licksteiner here. Trying to take advantage of the accident. And he is ahead. Up at the 5th position. Actually, Licksteiner sees a bump. Might drop behind Perez as Perez now goes down the inside on Licksteiner, and she now is up to 6th position. So Licksteiner goes from 5th to 7th in like 2 quarters, but actually gets back ahead of Perez here. Then there's Atkinson. What's happened to Torres? Oh! Huge crash for Torres. No guess as to what happened to Torres. So he already had an engine blowout and then just smashes into the wall. And Ryan got held up in that. And it's up into the points, but there was a lot of damage as Cordova's now cleared off ahead of the lapped car Firmino, which is basically not even a car. In fact, he then bolts the maneuver. But yeah, Torres is out of the race. Now there's a train forming up behind the lapped car Firmino. The other flags because Torres is still on the track. I don't think he's on the racing line though, so there shouldn't be any issues with that. Oh, bit of contact there. Allows Perez to get ahead of Cordova. Flicks down loss of time. You should see a lapped car from putting off into the pit, so he's now out of the way of this fight. Torres should be off the track soon enough. There was a bit of delay with O'Connell, so there might be another delay here. Lap 17 of 24. Let's have a look. See if Atkinson, who's running a huge race to be fair. Torres has now been officially taken off the track, but Atkinson fighting with Cordova for 6th position. He's trying to get that move, but it's not going to happen. Avenue has closed up. Ezio's caught in a train behind Betsky and Nakajima, and that allowed Avenue to close right up. So Ezio to the race lead on lap 18 of 24. We are going to see if Babiu can get past Ezio here. Because Ezio's caught up behind the lap cars of Betsky and Nakajima. Of course, there's no yellow flag. Well, there's no blue flags, is there, in this series? So let's see. Ezio tries to get ahead of Betsky. Does so. Can Babiu? If not, it might be over. It's over. That means Ezio's going to have to just get the gap. unless he ends up getting kind of behind Nakajima until the end of time. But where does Bavenu get past Betsky? Further back, Hackinson making up ground to the back of Cordova, but not really. Bit of damage to the top of this car as we see the fight for 11 kicking off here. Dion and DA Crowell and Mendes at the back of this, with Singh back in 15th position. Let's see. Oh, car gets squirrely. But she has worked her way up to 12th position ahead of DA. She fully sent that one. Now Babine's in looking at the situation as he was anyway. He's now caught up behind the lap cars as Mendes tries to get ahead of DA, but able to get it done there. Yeah, now you can see the situation Babine's in. That's going to cost him a lot of time. Crowd fighting with Dion to some extent further down the field for 11th position, 2 females going wheel to wheel. Let's see, because crowds look pretty quick through that section of the track. See if she can get close enough. She's already pulled off one overtake. It was part of the track last time around. Now she's trying to do it again on Dion. But she looked pretty slow through that. I don't think it's going to happen for Crowell. A bit of a shame. Lap 19. Dion's pitting, so the pit window is open. As it's up to lap car Firmino again causing issues. It is. He's got front bumper damage again. So Firmino is just out there crashing a lot. Then Zero leads Bamini second. Moving up third. Now caught up behind the lap car Firmino. And Nicolai's then first, then Dion. Not Dion. Pulled over. Then Hans. And then Lingus. Dion's pin. Crowd got a bit out of shape there. DA, Mendes, Singh, Knight, Lester, Goldschmidt pin. So Goldschmidt and Dion are playing the undercut. As now Ezio's pin on lap 20. It was as if everyone else was pin on lap 20. Not, but it's a bit of an interesting strategy game. As Dion will come into the pits. The entire order could get very, very heavily shaken up by the pit stops, I think. Especially how many incidents we've seen as Betsky and Nakajima are fighting. But I feel Betsky can't get it done. There's the leads. Will there any action on track? I guess it's DA versus Crowell for 11. Crowell is pitting. No, both of them are not pitting at the end of the flat. It wasn't mentioned. So we can go track and deal into the pits. I'm sure if you will have to pit again, but he is ahead of them. So Ezio. Oh, and Ezio's out! He's hit the wall, and that's his race over, I'm afraid. And then it's heartbreak, and now he's stopped right on the centre of the track. Which does give cars the option to go either way, to be fair, so shouldn't see any making contact with him. Because then it's forced to go very slowly around him.
Right.
It's not ideal.
Yeah. Wait, Logan.
Perez leads. Hackman second. So third. Who's going to come out the pits first? It'll be Bavenu. Here comes Muna. So he will jump up the order. Any drivers come in to wait and see what happens to the order. It would appear Perez is staying along, so he's staying out for a really long strategy now. There you can see at the back of it. Ezio's car is still stranded on the track. Could cause issues. Nope, he's now retired, so no issues there. But in comes Perez. No, never mind, she's not paying. In comes Hackinson. Now, keep an eye out for Babineau, because Babineau is currently making his way around the final sector. So, Ezio and Nomura, those are the two big DNFs in this race. Torres and Boucher also DNF'd, as did O'Connor. There's been action everywhere. As Hackinson's coming up now. Babineau's going down the main straight. As Hackinson pulled off a masterclass in the pit stop. I think he has, you know. As he comes up onto the track, and he is ahead of Babineau. Huge result for Santos. I mean, that is up to 4th. Right, speaking again. Hackinson. Well, what just happened there is Hughes hit the wall and held up Babineau for fuel burn Hackinson. He's in his 40s. He started this race 23rd. I don't think anyone even had Santos winning a race. In fact, no one even had Santos winning points this race, while his teammate has done his best. Lance Stroll's impression. Forward Hackinson, from 21st on the grid, has got one sector between him and what could be his last ever win as a WTCL driver. Incredible stuff. It keeps it out of the wall. That's important there. And for Fjorba and Hackinson, he started this race 21st. It's been a race of attrition. It's been a race of keeping your nose clean. And an experienced, hardened veteran like Fjorba Hackinson knows exactly how to keep his nose clean. He crosses the line and wins what could be his last ever race as a driver. S.A. Munat will cross the line and finish in second position to close up the gap for Optica very nicely. Amara Perez, it hasn't been the cleanest race for her. She's gone from the lead down to 8. She's been all over the place, but she is going to come through, and she's going to finish on the podium. Luca Nova will finish 4th. Stefania Nikolaya will cross line 5th. Good point to platinum, because here comes Roman Licksteiner now to come home and finish 6th. And in all of this, by the way, platinum went from 6th and 7th on the grid to 5th and 6th. Kenneth Limbo, his best result of the season, is 7th. Leicester has come for the St. Lingvis in 8th. Babinu 9th after his late incident. Dion 10th. Crow 11th. So there are points for Ironside. The 12th. Mendes from last back to 13th. And Wivik Singh extends the Bergen's advantage over Upside Down by 1 point. With Hayley Knight missing out on the points, she's going to come through and finish in 15th position. Sebastian Goldschmidt is going to come through 16th position in the end for the German. That might be his best result of the season, to be fair. Conor Ryan is going to come through. And after starting in a 23rd position, he's only able to claim 17th for Leicester, ending up 18th. And in the end, Firmino has crashed one too many times. And after 4 pit stops, he's out of the race. So Firmino is done. Gotta wait for him to finish. There we go. So that's that. Huge race for the title. Esther Bottler. Hackinson wins. What the fuck was that?